Eric hasn't been paying attention to the news. He doesn't know what's going on with the XFL. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the new home of Brandin Cooks and what did it cost the Rams to move him.
Woo.
Yeah, it's a little rough. It's a little tumbly right now, but we're about to get into this. How you boys doing? How you doing, Eric?
I'm tired of being essential. That's how I'm doing. I want some time off like everybody else, man. This sucks. It's awful. I can't do it anymore. Just give me a 3-day weekend. I gotta be happy with that.
Look, I'm not off work. I work 1 week in person, and then the other week I telework. Okay?
Telework. What are you really doing while you're teleworking though? Hanging out with your kids. You get to see your
check my email.
wife. Right? You check the mail.
I check my email, and then I wait if my boss sends me things like, hey, if he sends me an email or something.
You check your email if you can actually connect and check your email.
I can. I checked it yesterday when I brought my computer home. I was like, I better make sure this VPN thing works.
Nice.
So hold on. When you said telework, all I thought of was feeling hella good. So I thought you're the Gwen Stefani of work right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Feeling telework, and it's going to be so fancy. Mess the words up so you can't.
That was still No Doubt, I think.
Have you seen?
It was
like their last album, though. It was not good.
Oh, yeah. It was like a Wave Race 64 video because they're all on
Wave Race 64. Wow. What a good game.
Wow. It was a good game.
Mm-hmm. That and snowboarding.
The game we played before this, the alphabet game, really got us. Got the brain,
the neurons. They're firing.
I don't know if it got worked on. I don't know if it got worked on the right things, but it got it. So Brandin Cooks he's a Texan now.
Yeah. So the deal was, what was it? So the Texans go out, and then with the David Johnson trade, they get a second-round pick. They just say, let's take that second-round pick, and we'll get a new number 1 wide receiver. We got Brandin Cooks. So they have Will Fuller with a soft nug, and they have the better version of Will Fuller, Brandin Cooks, with a soft nug.
And let's not forget their other receiver,
Kenny Stills,
who's
also
a worse version of Will Fuller.
Who also
got 3 versions.
Does he have soft nug too?
I just think he has played for Miami and he has the Adam Gase syndrome.
Well, the problem is that they're so fast they tear their hamstrings when they run. Kenny Stills and Will Fuller, so that's what they have soft tissue.
He's got John Ross syndrome.
So are they going to? Is the offensive line going to give Deshaun Watson enough time to get the ball deep?
Well,
that was the problem with the Rams
when they locked down Laramie Tunsil, and they will lock him down.
Who was an average tackle.
No, he will be the highest paid left tackle, according to him. So,
and he'll be average while he gets paid the most money.
He will be the highest paid left tackle. Wasn't he the same left tackle that was wearing a gas mask on draft night?
Yeah, I was going to say, let's not forget Laramie Tunsil had foresight into the coronavirus. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. He was wearing a mask before wearing a mask was cool.
Hi. Yeah.
Not his draft stock. It was.
But the Texans also got a 4th-round pick out of this deal too from 2022. So in 2-3 drafts, it'll really pay off.
They can replace David Johnson.
It'll really pay off.
David Johnson's contract will finally be up, but they can replace him.
Yeah. So he's also very sensitive and soft as well. So I think they're probably the most fragile offense in the NFL.
And Deshaun Watson's going to be getting lit up because he does like to hold on the ball. So he will give the guys as much time to get downfield as he can.
Well, you guys brought it up. He does hold on to the ball too long. Because I was watching some of his stuff. And, he does hold on to the ball too long sometimes. So, it's not all on his offensive line, but his offensive line is not good either.
No.
He's not getting developed.
So, we talk about Brandin Cooks being a speed guy, but when he played in New England, he ran a bigger route tree than just a 9 route. He did run the slants. He got killed doing an in route in the Super Bowl, but he runs all the routes. He might run them and try to twist and turn and get his clock wrong, but is it an upgrade?
I think Brandin Cooks? It's good for Brandin.
No, for Brandin Cooks. For Brandin Cooks in fantasy value. Upgrade?
Yeah,
better
it's a
quarterback.
huge upgrade.
Better quarterback, right?
He's the clear-cut number 1.
He doesn't – with the other wide receivers there, he is the guy now. Mm-hmm. It's not is it him? Is it Cooper Kupp? Is it Robert Woods? Is it the running backs? Tight ends? It's him.
Yeah.
I agree with Josh that it's an upgrade for Cooks.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's that like a big upgrade.
Is it an upgrade for Deshaun Watson?
Absolutely not.
Well, it is.
Well, from what he had, not from
not having Nuke to,
but from the last 2
Cooks.
weeks.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Just put Deshaun Watson back up if you were in a dynasty, putting him back up there with Patrick Mahomes, putting him back up as a number 3 guy.
I'd say probably 5.
If you were starting dynasty tomorrow, and you had to pick a quarterback on the pick you were at, and Kyler Murray and Deshaun Watson were there, who are you taking?
D-Watt. No question.
I take Murray.
Dynasty.
I take Murray.
I'm not saying redraft. D-Watt. Redraft is Watson because we've seen it.
Look, Dabo Swinney said he will be the Michael Jordan of the NFL. Okay, talent, son.
Who? Deshaun Watson?
Yeah,
when he's a Patriot in a couple years when his contract's
up.
No, Jarrett Stidham's a man in New England.
So I can read into this 2 ways. He can be one, the Michael Jordan who was in basketball, who was the greatest player ever to play, and even when he was on his downward slope, we still loved everything he did. Or is he the Michael Jordan of baseball, who we still watched everything he did?
It's like a career,
he was doing hitter. He was doing Space Jam videos because he knew what was going on. He made jokes of himself in Space Jam.
No, because that version of Michael Jordan never made the pros. He was a minor leaguer, so let's.
He played for the White Sox for a few weeks. It wasn't.
No, he played for the Birmingham Barons.
He just played spring training.
Yeah, just like Tebow did. Okay, Tebow never made the team either.
He never made it to the show.
Tebow never will either. I don't know why he's playing baseball, but he would be an amazing XFL quarterback. But whatever, it's fine.
He's already past that.
Yeah.
Okay, did you guys hear the news? It came out from a fake account, but Colin Kaepernick got signed to the Jets. Came out from a fake ESPN account.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Said it, and people were on Facebook were going a little crazy for a minute. I heard that Kaepernick actually reached out to the Jets and said, "Hey, we saw this contract details. You want to make some fake news, real news?"
I mean, it wouldn't kill them to have a backup for
it might
Sammy Darnold, because he's going to be out there making out with people, getting mono again. So,
look, Colin Kaepernick don't want to play football. I don't want to talk about that. He's
okay.
Play football.
That's just for Josh.
Hang on. We gotta go back to Brandin Cooks for a second.
Yeah, let's get back on Brandin Cooks
because we didn't really address the giant elephant in the room.
It's huge.
It's a downgrade from Nuke. It's a clear downgrade from Nuke, right?
Yes.
Nuke was going to get paid $14 million this year. Brandin Cooks is on their books for 16 and change, I think.
Yes.
And then the Rams are going to pay him what, 21?
So Brandin Cooks is younger. I'm not trying to. I'll defend Bill O'Brien a little bit here. Brandin Cooks is younger. Don't. The deal's only for what, two or 3 more years.
So they this year is the only year they really have to pay him. After that, they're out. They're scot-free.
They can drop it dead, no dead money. Nuke was under contract technically for 2 more years, but he was going to threaten holdouts until he got his long-term deal where he wanted to be the highest paid wide receiver. And I'm not saying he doesn't deserve the money.
Right.
But you talked about this last year, Eric, with Julio Jones. You're like, play out your contract, then you can talk about a new contract. Nuke was being very adamant with the team that he wanted to get paid because he is on for his talent, a ridiculously team-friendly deal. And he won the money. So $16 million, we're talking about $2 more million. But had Nuke done his holdouts with everything that's going on in the world where they're not going to have a long training camp anyway, and if he had literally held out probably till the start of the season because that's what he would have been allowed to do.
So the other part I bring up about that is, and I think I've talked about this before, is you get a DNP, did not participate, you don't play, you're under contract and you want to hold out, cool, we're not trading you. And then when it comes time for you to get another contract and nobody wants you because you haven't played in 2 years, let's see how much you're worth.
Yeah,
that's how I do it. I know it's probably heartless and it's like, why would you do that to the players? The owners are billionaires. Because you signed a contract and you should play it out, but that's just my.
But opinion. He does want to get paid. So I'm not saying he would have held out, but I'm saying they didn't want to pay him the money he was going to be worth.
And the real victim here is Brandin Cooks. The dude's been
the real victim. The real victim, not even the victim. The people that are getting hosed on this still are the Rams, who now have $44 million in dead cap.
Yeah,
because of it's almost decision. I think it's 24 or $5 million just for Brandin Cooks on their books.
You know what? And they have and they're starting to accrue some draft pick. But I'm not mad because they went all in to make it to the Super Bowl. They made it. They didn't win it, but I'm saying I'm okay with that. If I were a fan of that team, like I would be okay with the fact that they went all in and they tried to do it. I'm okay with it. I mean, your Cowboys are doing it right now.
Yeah. They are in a poor way.
This does open the Rams up after next year, if this dead cat falls off, to possibly get Jalen Ramsey to sign that long-term deal to share up the secondary with Aaron Donald. Then, I'm not saying it's what's going to happen, but
but then you got to worry about Cooper Kupp, Bob Forrest. I mean, you have to pay those guys. You won't have to pay them nuke money.
We can say they're going to pay him, but Robert Woods is an older wide receiver. He's been around the league for a while. Only had success in that offense.
And you got to believe that they're going to take another receiver in this draft.
Oh, sure. Probably.
So, and Cooper's still.
Or do they take a running back?
Well, they're probably going to take one, but that receiver is probably going to be a higher priority.
With Darrell, I think with Darrell Henderson on the books, and then they have Malcolm Brown, who's not too old. I think they can get away with this season with that committee.
But with the running back class that's out there that we've all talked about, that's really hyped up, if they can get a Jonathan Taylor,
I'm not as high on this running back class as I was last week.
If they get a DeAndre Swift, if they get a J.K. Dobbins, if they get one of these 3 down backs that are floating around out there. Darrell Henderson showed us literally nothing last year.
He didn't get a lot of opportunities. He got a couple, but he didn't really get a lot of consistent opportunities.
Todd Gurley was beaten up and broke down, and
we'll see.
He showed us nothing.
I think Brown might be the guy there this year, but we'll see.
No one. Oh, neither one of these scrubs are the guy.
It'll probably be a committee, a 2-headed monster like your boys in Denver.
Or they go out and sign Freeman.
Royce Freeman? That's not terrible.
No, the other Freeman.
Oh, Devonta? Oh, no, please don't do that. Pepsi, sponsor us.
Janet Jackson's boob.
Not a sponsor. Yet?
Question mark?
Maybe.
Okay, so do we exhaust that? Anything else we want to talk about? Brandin Cooks and the Rams? And
what's it do for the Rams side of the ball? We didn't really talk about Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, the tight ends. Because when Brandin Cooks was out last year, that's when the tight ends were shining. Mm-hmm. So now
Tyler Higbee, baby.
Tyler Higbee, are we back on high? Because before we were like, if all 3 wide receivers are healthy, is Tyler Higbee going to get an opportunity? Because as a pass catching option, he was behind all 3 of the wide receivers when you looked at pure talent.
True. I think with the flashes he showed while he was out last year, I think he's definitely going to get targeted. And Goff didn't have time to throw that deep ball, so I think McVay will probably maybe revamp the offense a little bit to adjust for offensive line play and maybe in case they get injured again. So I think Higbee will be a bigger part of the offense this year.
Tyler Higbee or Austin Hooper?
For Cleveland? No. Higbee.
Yeah, I like Higbee better.
Tyler Higbee or Mark Andrews?
Mark Andrews. Don't be silly.
Higbee was healthy. Mark Andrews hasn't been healthy.
Keep it down.
Based on last year's performance, I go with Andrews.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to see how high we could shoot him up there.
Yeah.
It was cool to have something football related happen during the week.
I know. The draft's 2 weeks away, boys?
Yeah.
I've never been so happy for an online draft. I can't wait. Did you guys see that other teams are trying to file grievances against the Cowboys because Stephen Jones is living with Jerry Jones, so they can technically be in the draft room together because they have to. They're not allowing the players or the coaches to go to each other. So the GMs and everything have to do it through like how we're doing this with Zoom or Skype or something. They have to get on some other. They can't meet up in a conference area. So those big war rooms we've always seen, they are not allowed to do it. The NFL has said you are not allowed to meet for this. You have to all do it virtually. So everybody's freaking out because Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones, they live together.
Cliff's not freaking out. Cliff's fine. He's cool as a cucumber.
Well, no, hang on. This raises a larger question. Stephen Jones is a grown man, and I'm pretty sure he has his own family. Why are you living with your dad, bud?
Well, when you have a house, what's going to happen? You look at what's going to happen with the world. There's podcasters I actually saw on a podcast that he moved in the other dude's family into his house so they could continue to do the podcast together in one room because of the quarantine rules.
That's absurd.
Because they're living in your house. I'm just saying. Some of these people got big houses, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Jerry, Jerry's.
Yeah.
He probably can run around his house all day and still never see his son.
He probably could. You're right.
The Crypt Keeper ain't worried about no coronavirus. I'm just saying.
He's in the basement chilling anyway.
I said Brady was complaining about living in Jeter's 30,000 square foot mansion. He's like, yeah, I really don't have as much privacy. I'm like, you have privacy everywhere. It's 30,000 square feet. Are you kidding me?
NBA players are playing horse against one another.
Oh my gosh, yeah. The 2K tournament's almost over, thank goodness, on Bleacher Report. It's just out of control.
There's nothing. Yeah.
I love the horse thing. I wish they would do that at All-Star Weekend. Play horse against each other. I think that would be fantastic.
No, it's horrible.
It'd be better than a dunk contest. Did you see Shaq's son? What he tweeted or he TikToked out?
Sharif.
He said, my dad bought a boat, named it Free Throw because he couldn't sink it. Oh,
hey.
About to get cut off there, bud.
No, that's no. Shaq loves a good joke. That's Chuck.
Yeah, the big Aristotle, he does.
Triple single. So, moving on, we brought up the XFL for just a moment, and some news did come out of that. I know this is a fantasy football podcast, but
they went Donald Trump. They went opposite Oprah Winfrey. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
Yeah, laid off every employee that the league has hired, and now there's word that they probably won't even come back
for next season.
I thought he was good for 3 seasons, right? He had pledged like $300 million.
He was expecting some revenue from these seasons.
Yeah, that's true.
And this whole lost season really kind of kills you. And the WWE isn't pulling in a lot of money because ticket sales aren't doing anything for that.
Yeah, they're
really regretting this. The network is really probably kicking them in the teeth because the pay-per-view numbers are down. Because if you have the WWE network, pay $5 a month, you get every pay-per-view.
The stock price for that went down about 70% for WWE.
Oh no!
So
and Dana White has bought an island because his international fighters cannot get to the U.S., so he bought a private island.
Did you see the memes about that?
And that his next fight is in the U.S. and he won't tell anybody where it's at because he doesn't want public outrage to get it shut down.
Well, they canceled it already. ESPN said no, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, he was on SportsCenter saying it was happening with Greeny the other day.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah, there's memes that he's the Emperor or from Mortal Kombat or Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat because he's got his own private island to have people fight on. It's pretty great.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm excited for that.
So do you guys want to – I think we could probably talk about who the best wide receivers are if you guys want to talk about it, or do you guys want to hold off on that?
Let's do it after a short break because we're almost at a hard cut here. So We'll be right back to you guys.
Sick.
All right. So we're going to talk about top 10 wide receivers. And Josh, I just want to clarify this for everybody. We're talking top 10. We're talking about redraft going into next year, pre-draft. I don't think any of us are going to put any of these rookies in there yet, not knowing landing spots or anything like that. And even if we did, rookie wide receivers jump in the top 10, it's a crapshoot.
We talked about it what was it, last week's show? How many rookies break into the top 50 in PPR? So it's pretty rare.
It is rare.
Just 3 per year. 3.5 per year, something like that.
2.5.
2.5.
And that was the because the Saquon Barkley 5-year.
I feel like we can all agree that if we're going to start, number one is pretty easy, right?
Well, is it though?
We do PPR. Remember, we're going off PPR, and for me, my number one is pretty clear cut. It's Michael Thomas.
I'd say that's safe number one to have.
The number one, Michael Thomas. Does anything worry you guys about Drew Brees? I've already heard reports that he's going to go to NBC as soon as he retires, so he's got that. Well, we've talked. He's got that, eye on the prize of what he's going to do when he gets out.
No, it doesn't change.
This year, no. But if we were talking dynasty, would that change anything with him going somewhere else with Nuke, who probably has Kyler Murray for a few years, Devontae Adams, who has his quarterback for a few years, Tyreek, who's going to have his quarterback for a few more years? If I told you only get 1 year with Drew Brees, with Michael Thomas.
I'm not concerned as long as Sean Payton's there.
Okay.
I mean, we saw what happened. They used Teddy Bridgewater, and Michael Thomas was just fine, so I'm not concerned. Sorry, go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, I think Thomas. DeAndre Hopkins has shown he's quarterback proof, right? He's always going to get targeted enough in any offense, no matter who he's playing with. If it's the heist, Deshaun Watson, T.J. Yeldon, or whoever else was there with Houston. And I think Thomas is that kind of guy. Julio Jones is that kind of guy. I think they'd thrive with any kind of quarterback. So, yeah, I think Thomas is a safe bet.
So Michael Thomas, number one. I mean, it is pretty obvious. I'm trying to get a little devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
Number two. Who's number two though? I mean, are we going Nuke at number two?
That's a tough question.
No, Nuke slid for me.
So I still have Nuke at number two. With the offense of the pass-happy offense, I still have DeAndre Hopkins at number two. The guy doesn't miss games. He catches anything that's around his hands. I mean, we talked about last year being a bad year because he dropped 6 passes. Oh, by the way, did you guys see the stat? Do you guys see the stat about Larry Fitzgerald?
30,
he has more tackles.
He's got more tackles than he has. Yeah.
Drops.
He's got 29 drops, 30-something, 38 tackles, and 1,378 receptions.
That just highlights how bad of quarterbacks he's played with his career. And he's played with Kurt Warner and stuff. But the rest of them, it's so bad.
It just highlights how sure-handed he is, though, because he's been playing forever.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible.
Okay, so I have Nuke at number two. Josh, who do you have at number two since you're going against this? You going your boy?
For me, it's Julio Jones.
Julio Jones at number two.
It is Julio Jones based on the consistency. The touchdown numbers were up last year. I feel more confident in his ability. I know what we're going to get out of that offense. And one of the targets went away. So you would sit there and you would think maybe, Austin Hooper would draw some attention off of it. You got to remember they went and they got another tight end that they're going to utilize. And Julio Jones is going to be just fine. Calvin Ridley coming into his third year. He's going to be better. It's only going to open up things more for Julio Jones. And I feel very confident that
my biggest problem with Julio Jones is that it looks like he's always hurt. Even when he's not hurt, he's always seems like he's limping to the sideline. Stuff's going on.
I mean, I'm always hurt. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Don't sweat that. Yeah, we're fine. People can't hear your expressions, Brad. You have to continue talking.
Well, eventually, one of these days,
I will get these all uploaded. Yes, I will get these edited and uploaded. That's right. I will someday.
One of these days.
Yeah.
One of these days.
It's too late now. He's too essential. He can't.
If I could get a week to just sit here and edit, that'd be great.
So for me, it's Julio. Right. For you, it's Nuke.
Nuke's still number two for me. Eric. We're going to start mixing these up.
I'm kind of torn here between 3 guys.
Okay.
I think Nuke's a good option. I think Julio Jones is a good option. I'm going to go out on a limb because of where he finished last year and because he upgraded his quarterback, Chris Godwin.
I wondered how long till we got into these Tampa Bay.
I'm going to say Godwin.
I'm not ready to make him a top 3 receiver yet. I'm not.
Really?
I mean, he was a top 3 last year. And he missed 3 games.
Yeah, but he also had Jameis who just didn't care. Tom Brady's not going to make a lot of those throws, not because he can't, but because he chooses not to. That's what I'm saying. Tom Brady's going to be much more careful with the ball, so he's probably not going to sit there and throw it up like Jameis did.
I think you're 100% right, but I think that's where Evans is going to suffer. I think Godwin is going to benefit from Brady's accuracy in the short to intermediate stuff. And they still really have no running game to speak of. So Brady will probably have to use the short passing game like he did in New England as their running game. And I think Godwin's going to benefit from it. So, and he only played 14 games last year. Now, granted, he did get outscored by about 100 points by Michael Thomas in PPR. But I think if he plays a full slate with Brady, I think he's a top 3 guy again.
Okay, so you kind of gave us 3 without giving us anybody for 2. That's cool. We'll move on to number 3.
Wait, what?
You gave us 3 names without giving us any names.
No, I said they were good options. I say Godwin. I think Godwin is the number 2 guy.
Okay, so you're saying Godwin.
I'm saying Godwin, yeah.
I'm saying Julio Jones is number 3 for a lot of the reasons Josh said. If he stays healthy, he has a great opportunity to be number 1. We know he has a good relationship with his quarterback, and everything's good there. Josh hit it all on the head.
I know.
Eric, of the 3 names you just gave us, you got rid of 1. Who are you going to make your number 3 guy? Or are you going to pull another guy out and you're just going to keep?
No, I'll say Nuke first. I'll say Nuke will be my 3rd guy because I think he'll get the most red zone opportunities out of those 3 guys or all the guys there in Arizona.
And Josh, who you got at number 3?
So this one, Nuke's going to slide for me one more time. I'm going with the Cheetah, Tyreek Hill here at 3.
Ooh, okay.
I just feel so good about Patrick Mahomes coming back, working with him again. You got to remember, a lot of these guys who are new places, new faces, they're not going to have any time to work together, and that's going to stifle them for the first few games, unless you're the Cowboys who are still working out together anyway. Now, a lot of these
the birthday parties. Those are birthday parties. Those aren't
no,
working
no,
out.
no. They're running routes, and Dez is out there too. Don't worry, it's all.
Oh, yeah, I did see Dez running routes. I was like, oh my god, please no.
He's hanging out with Dak and them still, trying to just be part of the team.
Don't
so
do it.
for me, Tyreek Hill, I love the consistency. I love where even though Patrick Mahomes was injured last year and Tyreek Hill was still banged up, still finished as a great wide receiver last year for fantasy. This is also going to be a bigger year for him. He's already gotten paid, and Sammy Watkins is back. It's going to be another year for this offense to just keep on humming, and I fully expect Tyreek Hill to be a beneficiary.
So I'm cycling through a lot of stats right now, and I kind of just want to bring this up. It just kind of caught me off guard. Do you know which wide receiver played the most percentage of snaps for his team?
Michael Thomas.
Nope.
Really?
Yeah, Michael Thomas was 11th. He played 89% of the snaps.
Is it Nuke?
No, we haven't mentioned this guy, and we might not even mention this guy today. I'll probably be the one that mentions him. If we do mention him.
Larry Fitzgerald.
Nope.
Damn.
Allen Robinson was 2.
Okay.
Oh, Larry Fitz. It is. Odell Beckham played 95% of the Browns snaps last year.
Even with a hernia. Wow, good for you, bud.
Yes. I'm just saying, he'll probably be late in this list just because of how Cleveland's offense is. But the fact that he played all those snaps, and we won't say he's not there to play the game. Like, the dude was on the field for 95% of the snaps.
Where was Larry Fitz on that list? Was he on there at all?
No, he was pretty low.
He's old, man. He's old.
He was 18. He was 18, so he stopped 20.
It's still pretty good.
These stats are all brought to you by Sleeper. Thank you, Sleeper, for making it so easy at my fingertips to get these stats really fast.
P.S. Tyreek Hill was barely, in 12-team leagues, a wide receiver 3. He's barely a flex last year. Due to the injuries between him and his quarterback.
But when he
missed a lot of games.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
And he was mossing dudes by like 3 feet.
Oh, yeah. He's a monster.
While chasing down his own running backs. Was the only person on this field who could chase down the people.
Yeah. No, he's incredibly fast. That whole offense is incredibly quick. So
okay. So let me recap so I remember. We all have Michael Thomas at number 1. I have Nuke at number 2. I have Julio Jones at 3. Eric, you have
Godwin.
Michael Thomas at 1. Who's
Godwin 2, Nuke 3.
Nuke 3. And Josh, you still don't have Nuke in there yet, which is fine. You can be wrong. We all know how you are with wide receivers and losing your hair. It's okay. It's factual.
I have
T-Lock. He's talking about T-Lock.
I'm talking about Lockett. I'm bringing the Lockett.
Those blonde locks are coming back though, buddy. You're looking good.
Yeah.
Okay. So Josh has
Doing fine.
Michael Thomas, Julio Jones, and then at number 3 he has Tyreek the Freak Hill. All right.
Nice.
Number 4, Eric. Who do you have at number 4? You gave us 3 names. You only have 1 left. I'm pretty sure that's going to be your number 4 guy.
Yeah, I'll go with Julio here at 4. Hopefully his red zone targets go up and he gets some better. He has a similar or better touchdown numbers than last year. You know the yardage is going to be there. You know the receptions are going to be there. Even if he's hurt, he's still getting his, and he's still getting plenty of volume. Matt Ryan's going to keep throwing it. So,
yep, I like it. Number 4 for you, Josh, is
Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like a nice soft nug on my receivers, and he's got one. But I fully believe in Aaron Rodgers' ability this year. I think that they got rid of Jimmy Graham, which was some dead weight. I know that Aaron Rodgers has slipped the past couple of years, and he's got like the softest collarbone of the history of the NFL.
No, Romo said.
Other than Romo.
Okay.
Yeah. But Romo also had a bad
he's
back.
got a plate in there now. How dare you?
He's got a $17 million plate in there now. He's fine.
He sure does.
$17 million a year, boys.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about
Good
Romo's
Lord.
plate will be just fine. Devontae Adams, he is the wide receiver there. A lot of those other guys just didn't pan out. They got Lazard there still, but I'm not really expecting anything crazy to happen to his position in that offense. Maybe Jay Sternberg will come on a little bit, but Aaron Rodgers has never really utilized tight ends. and I don't really see that changing either. So I think Devontae Adams is going to be just fine this year if he can if he can help that turf toe.
You know what, Josh? I actually agree with you right there. That I was going to go to Devontae Adams as well. I thought I was going to be a weirdo popping him up, which we didn't even talk about the fact that Josh still has Nuke falling again. But it's okay. You can be wrong, like I said many times, but you're at least right at who you have number 4. Everything else above that might be wrong, but hey. No, it goes also with the short time to work with your quarterbacks, right? If we're talking about short off seasons and bringing new players in, Aaron Rodgers will go to his guys. He trusts his guys. And Devontae Adams is really the only wide receiver there he trusts to be in the position when he ad-libs. And that's why we see it. We see it with the Russell Wilson quarterbacks. These quarterbacks that like to ad-lib, run around like a bunch of weirdos. And they have their go-to guys. They're going to use their go-to guys. Yep. Russell Wilson did it years with Doug Baldwin. Tyler Lockett kind of sort of was that guy last year. Not really as much as Doug Baldwin, but still. But no.
Really hurt.
Devontae Adams, his health concerns from early this season are pretty much gone. I mean, anything can happen in football, but he stayed relatively healthy the last couple of years.
Of course.
Like him a lot.
He played 12 games last year.
Yeah, he had a little
you took Chris Godwin, bud. You took Chris Godwin.
He played 14.
Okay.
All right. Let's just rub everything as a 5. Who do we got at 5? For me, I'll start this one because it's easy. I'll take DeAndre Hopkins at 5.
Oh, how generous of you.
Well, I have my reasoning now because for him it was between him or Godwin. I like Godwin, but like I said, the biggest thing is they're both the new offenses. They both have different quarterbacks now. Well, actually, Godwin's in the same offense, but the air raid will allow
the same offense for Godwin.
I think it's going to be pretty similar. I mean, he's got a much more intelligent quarterback because Jameis is a moron. But what? That's not what.
Mr. 30 for 30 that balled out.
Yeah, 30 interceptions.
Did you see what he said about getting replaced by Brady?
Yeah, he said that's a kudos to me. What a moron! See, he's so stupid. I can't.
You gotta sell yourself. You gotta be able to sell yourself.
Yeah, confidence is key, I guess. He's blinded.
Sell
he's blinded with confidence. Anyway, yeah. Andrew Hopkins, I feel like he's going to thrive in that air raid a little bit better with a young offensive mind like Cliff Kingsbury. Good quarterback play still. Jury's still out on Kyler Murray, and he could go through a little bit of a slump. But I feel pretty confident between him, Larry Fitzgerald, and those young wide receivers that they have that he's going to be just fine.
Okay. I mean, that's all okay. My next guy, he's super fast. He's Tyreek Hill. I got to get Tyreek Hill here. Like you said, he's playing with Patrick Mahomes. He's fast. If he didn't pop his collarbone under his rib cage last year,
that's fine.
It's disturbing.
And then he also got hurt again as well. And then he played all the way to, I mean, the dude's fast. He's good. There's not a corner out there that can stay with him. It's not fair to put anybody one-on-one with him. He's just too quick. He's too athletic. And Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback that can just rifle it down there as deep as he can go.
Mm-hmm.
You can't overthrow him. So, Eric, who do you have at 5?
I got Tyreek.
We ran out of guys.
5. Yeah, I'm at
as well.
Tyreek.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He quit.
This is when we're going to start getting into the weeds, boys. I'm ready now.
Yeah, 6 through 10 is going to be.
No, 6 to 10 is easy.
Oh, really? Well,
I think it's just a little more interesting. All right, so
it's definitely more interesting.
Eric, you don't have Devontae yet. So
I don't, but I don't love Devontae or Aaron Rodgers personally.
Okay, that's fine.
No,
so
Aaron Rodgers hurt you. You've been hurt. I get it. You've been hurt.
I'm curious who your 6th guy is then, Eric. Doesn't know yet. Brad.
I don't know yet. Guy? You're right.
My 6th guy. This is going to be weird. You guys are going to kind of be thrown off here.
I like weird.
I'm going to go with I'm taking Mike Evans over Chris Godwin.
Ooh.
What?
Okay? And because we had to pick one of these Tampa Bay guys because Tom Brady's going to air it out because the running game, as of now, there is no real threat of a running game there still. I'm taking Mike Evans because he's a big body target. Okay. He's not the slot guy, but he's the big body target. Brady had Gronk. I know they've all been tight ends. And he had Randy Moss, which Mike Evans is not Randy Moss. But he likes big wide receivers who can go up and get the contested catch, who can box people out. Mike Evans can do that. Mike Evans played with Jameis Winston. Mike Evans played with Johnny Manziel, guys who slung it up there, and you caught the ball. So he can run some of those tight end-ish routes because Cameron Brate isn't Gronk, isn't going to beat Gronk. O.J. Howard, maybe, but if he doesn't pass protect, they're not going to keep him in there because Gronk's still pass protected and can block. And if O.J. Howard isn't blocking properly, then he's not going to be out there. Mike Evans is a guy who can go down the field, who can catch the ball. He's not playing out of the slot, but he can run the routes that Brady likes. Like we can say, like, oh, he only goes to the slot, but that's because he used Brandin Cooks okay in New England. He uses outside guys when he has talented outside guys. Mike Evans.
N'Keal Harry's not a talented outside guy?
Not yet. It was his first year, man, and he was hurt. And when he came on, he looked good at the end of the year.
We'll see what he does with Stidham. I'm just joking around, though.
Stidham is going to
it's a little hot take here. Taking Mike Evans before Chris Godwin because everybody's all over the Chris Godwin train. I'm going to look and train here with the
Mike Evans. The conductor. Hop in. Let's go, boys.
I would. So I think Chris Godwin will be a first or second round pick. I think Mike Evans could fall to the third or fourth. Kind of flip flopping what they did last year.
Really, you think he'll fall that far?
No, but I think the height for Chris Godwin is going to be way higher, being the slot guy.
I agree with you that Godwin will probably be first or second, but I think Evans will probably still be up there too.
He'll be a third. I don't think he'll be right behind him. I don't think it'll be like Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen last year. It might be.
Don't remind me about Stephon Diggs. Worst draft ever. Anyway.
You're not taking Stephon Diggs in this top 10?
Hell no.
The Bills number 1?
No, never.
All right, Josh, who do you have at what number are we on?
We're on 6. I got Godwin at 6. I still believe that he plays that X factor position in Bruce Arians' offense. For me, that's why I'm going with him.
All right. I'm going to go with Brad's boy here at 6. I'm going to go with OBJ. Big comeback year.
Did I sell you with the 95?
No. What? No.
What do you mean no? What do you mean no? What do you mean no? Why? No. Why not? 95% of snaps. So that's great. He's actually going to be healthy. He's in the same offense. He's in the same offense.
How's he going to learn?
He's not in the same offense. Okay, he's not in the same offense. Kevin Stefanski's coming in there with a brand new offense.
They're going to run the ball more. It'll be okay. Don't worry.
It'll be a better offense. I guarantee it'll be better offense. It won't be worse.
If they're running the ball effectively and more often, that will get Baker easy play action throws, hopefully down the field to OBJ deep. I know you like it, Brad. You drink the Kool-Aid all the time.
But there is no way I am taking OBJ with Devontae Adams still on the board. I'm sorry. I cannot do that.
I don't trust.
I'm doing a startup draft in 3 weeks right after the draft, and there is no – as bad as I want Odell Beckham, if him and Devontae Adams are there, there's no way I'm taking him before him.
I don't trust Devontae.
What startup draft are you doing? What startup draft are you doing, Brad?
I'm doing the startup draft for the FSA. It is – go ahead. Josh, give it – you got the spiel down better than I do about Brian and FSA. Go ahead and say it.
Fantasy Sports Alliance. It's the draft for Dynasty startups will be 3 weeks after the NFL draft. So doing a Dynasty League.
Still trying to fill that second league up.
Yes, I'm going to be signing up for that this week, especially when I get my stimulus check. FSA-FR.com. You guys should totally go check it out. See all the great stuff that he has to offer. Brian, totally upfront, honest guy, and he's a guy who wants you to enjoy playing football. You can give him your feedback about the things you like, the things you don't like, and he's a person that's going to be willing to work with you on that. So I really suggest you check it out, FSA-FR.com. Now, back to the show.
Hold on. I do want to say, Brian, like you say, like he works with you. He builds these great My Fantasy League sites where he spends time changing it from blue to purple in the backgrounds just to give it that nice little extra kick. Like he customizes everything on there.
He really does.
He makes your team. He works hard at it. He's putting his blood, sweat, and tears into this. So please go out there, check it out. If you play fantasy football, jump into this. It's a fun league. Don't get overwhelmed, like Josh said, with how big it sounds, especially the redraft size. It's not that crazy.
It's huge.
I mean, it's huge, but there's still a lot of people that are relatively new in here that play, absolutely. And they do very well. So let's get back into this. We are at number 6. So you took Godwin.
You would take
Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if they're on the board, I'm taking.
And you took Mike Evans. All right, so now we're moving on to 7.
7. Who wants to go? Eric, you go first on 7 since you went last over here and you shocked the world with Odell Beckham.
He's a maverick.
Tyreek, you still have
Yeah,
You're
I'm trying to mix
on
it
the
up
board,
because you
right?
guys are just going all chalk and shit. So
I don't think I'm going all chalk.
I'm
I
gonna
took
go.
Mike Evans.
What are we on? 7?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Mike Evans at 7 here.
Oh,
You
weird.
have 2 Tampa Bay guys in the top 10. You still
Okay.
haven't taken
That'd be fine.
Devontae Adams.
I
is the one you haven't
don't
hit, right?
trust Green Bay.
Okay. Well, for me,
Okay,
this
I mean,
guy is probably
that's bye
someone
week
you guys don't see coming, but I actually like him quite a bit this year. Breakout. That's Kenny Galladay. Love
Okay.
Kenny Galladay.
Okay.
I want Kenny Galladay. He's going to be the man in Detroit.
Sorry about that. Do you worry about touchdown regression? He led all wide receivers with 11 touchdowns last year.
So before Matthew Stafford got hurt, he was on pace to throw almost 40 touchdowns and 5,000 yards. So he missed the last 8 games. Matthew Stafford was having the best year of his career statistically, and that played very well into Kenny Galladay's hands. He is his Babytron, for lack of a better term, but that's what he goes. I mean, that's his go-to guy now. I know Marvin Jones has a part in the offense, but if Matthew Stafford can play with that sort of efficiency again, I want Kenny Galladay in every league I can get him hold of.
Okay.
All right.
So we're at number 7. I'm going to go with – we're at number 7, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to go with the guy that finished at number 7 last year.
Ooh.
Allen Robinson, who played 94% of the snaps, who had 98 receptions. I mean, he is getting held down by his quarterback, but he is literally the number 1. Taylor Gabriel, you gone in your 3 touchdown games that you had last year out of nowhere. Give me some Allen Robinson. Give me the Mr. Trubisky gets benched for Nick Foles, and Nick Foles will throw it up there because, let's be honest, Allen Robinson, he's better than Alshon Jeffrey, and he made Alshon Jeffrey a respectable fantasy wide receiver. So give me some Allen Robinson, man, there at number 7. It's a little later. I know there's some other guys on the board that probably we could talk about and we could take, but I kind of want to talk about some more guys here than us just regurgitate the same people. I know I haven't said Chris Godwin yet, and I probably should say Chris Godwin, but you both have said Chris Godwin. We've talked about it. I want to talk about some other guys, some Allen Robinson.
Fair. That's fair.
Okay.
So I might leave Chris Godwin off this list. Don't kill me.
It's fine. All right.
I might leave
Moving on.
Devontae Adams off this list. So
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you've already let him slip too far. Amari Cooper.
Oh! Is this 7 or 8 for you?
8.
Okay.
even still,
Oh.
I mean, he was a top 10 guy last year, so that's fair.
He was. And he was actually consistent last year.
He was.
He was 10.
10.
He was 10.
That's still a number one.
It is.
It is. He was consistent. And like I said, there's something to be said for consistency right now, especially with the lack of offseason that these NFL players are going to have. I understand that the offense is different, but he's still got the same quarterback, still got the same running back. A lot of those timing issues aren't going to change. So I feel very, very confident in Amari Cooper this year. And I can't believe that just came out of my mouth.
Here, I'm gonna reinforce your argument here a little bit better. That offense is probably going to be exactly the same because the Clapper and Mike McCarthy, virtually the same person. In terms of boring offenses that they've run in the past. So yeah, McCarthy studied the game and he's gonna do all this cool stuff with him. He's not.
Okay, so the biggest thing for the Dallas Cowboys the whole time has been the offensive line. The center, Fredrickson, is that right? Yep.
Sure.
He retired.
Yep.
He played there last. He was there last year. Dak's best year. He's calling out all the assignments and stuff. We're getting a new center. We don't know who yet, but we're gonna get a new center in there. We think it could work, but how? I mean, that was the best offensive year we've seen from any of this team. And now you're talking about new coach. They kept Kellen Moore, correct? As the offensive coordinator?
He's still there.
So the offensive coordinator stayed the same, but now I don't have the same guy calling the plays for, the protection schemes. And that matters.
I don't like
Yeah,
it.
I'm not worried about it.
I don't like it at all.
And number 8, off the cuff right now.
Me?
Who you take? Yeah.
You beat me to it, Allen Robinson. I like
Okay.
Allen Robinson at 8.
I like that. All right, Brad.
You guys are killing me. Keenan Allen, Tyrod, the human.
No.
Going to be dumping it down to Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen is going to be probably in a mission for me for the top 10 this year.
So the thing is, this, we're like, oh God, Phillip Rivers is gone. There's nothing going to happen. Phillip Rivers' arm has been doo-doo. Tyrod Taylor, who took the Bills to the playoffs,
Oh gosh, no.
even when they didn't want to go to the playoffs. Give me some Keenan Allen. All the dude does is catch the ball. We're talking about PPR here.
We are talking about PPR. That's true.
Yeah, well, Tyrod's afraid to throw it, so.
Is he? Really?
Yes, he is. Yeah, he is. Remember, Tyrod Taylor is incredibly careful with the ball. If you're not blatantly open, which Keenan Allen does get open, he gets separation very well, but
and he's going to be the short yards guy.
Tyrod Taylor is so afraid to throw the ball. I hate him as a fantasy.
And then if it's Justin Herbert, he's going out.
As a fantasy quarterback, I think he's a good person. I don't have any issues with him in person, but for fantasy purposes, I don't like what he brings to the table.
I know. I'm getting crazy with it.
Yeah.
All right, so now we got 2 wide receivers left for all of us. Yeah, some of us have taken some Hail Mary throws here. But Josh, who wants to go at number 9 first? Eric, do you want to go at number 9 first?
I do. Because I want to go with Devontae Parker from the Miami Dolphins. Get him, Fitzmagic. Get him. Light it up, baby. Light it up.
I just want to advise everyone.
He's the only option there. He's the only option there.
So Josh, you said Amari Cooper finishes the top. Parker finished at wide receiver 11 last year. And he had to play with Josh Rosen for a while, who you say is a terrible quarterback. He finished at wide receiver 11. And he came on really strong.
My point is that there are better options. There's
Julian Edelman? Julian Edelman with no Tom Brady.
No. We'll talk about my guy, DJ Moore.
Okay.
I feel like DJ Moore is going to be just fine in this offense with Matt Rule and Teddy Bridgewater, who is afraid to throw it deep. DJ Moore is going to be a great option. Third-year breakout. Love DJ Moore this year. Love him.
Okay. Do you guys want to put a pie bet on this?
No, Eric still owes me one. I'm not pie betting anything with him until he pays up.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. I'm real bad about that.
Do you want to put your hair on this, Josh?
Absolutely not. Are you crazy? No.
Let's just see what we can do here.
No, we'll do a pie bet
here for the show.
Pie bet on Devontae Parker finishes higher than DJ Moore?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you guys write this down, somebody start a pie bet log. Josh, you got it? You want me to get it?
I don't have anything to write with.
I got it. I got a note paper on my
phone.
We'll do it.
All right.
The guy who's worried about consistencies with offense. New coach, new offense, new quarterback, but you're going with DJ Moore. That's cool.
I like the talent.
All right.
At number 9, I'm going with a guy who played 94% of the snaps last year. Right? He was only 1% of snap behind Odell Beckham, but he plays on the same team.
Ooh,
Jarvis Landry.
Nice.
Who finished as wide receiver 12 last year. I love me some Odell Beckham, but in a PPR setting, all Jarvis Landry does is catch the ball. He had 83 receptions for 110. Well, we got 1,174 yards, six touchdown receptions. His catch rate was probably the lowest of his career at 60%, but that's because Baker was just slinging it all over the place and couldn't. The offense was bad. Kevin Stefanski has given us 2 wide receivers in a league that have looked good. Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen both have been guys that we have all targeted in fantasy. We have. We've all had him up there in these fringe wide receiver 1 talks. So Jarvis Landry, who all he's done since he joined the NFL and got away from LSU and their terrible coach, who's the terrible coach down there forever, who couldn't win with all the talent.
Les Miles?
Yeah.
The Mad Hatter, as they call him?
Yeah, Les Miles. As soon as he got away from him, all he did was catch balls. So give me some Jarvis Landry. Like I said, this probably would have been my Odell, but since Eric already went Odell, I'm going to go Jarvis Landry.
All he did was catch golden nuggets.
Jarvis Landry's never finished, outside the top, 15? Yeah. Something like that, right? Something crazy? Yeah.
Yep.
That's fantastic. If you can get him,
PPR,
if he's your second wide receiver, you're in amazing shape.
Okay, so this list is quickly dissolved into just 10 guys we want to talk about. I think we're all in agreement with that.
No, our top 5 was pretty consistent. And then, like I said, I started it with the Mike Evans over Chris Godwin of kind of mixing it up a little bit.
Because Eric doesn't even have Devontae Adams off the board yet.
I don't have to.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Okay. All right.
I don't have to. It's my list.
He's guessing injuries.
So who was your 9th guy?
We didn't say this was top 10.
My 9th guy was Devontae Parker.
Fancy finishes. This is a top 10 wide receiver.
Yeah. Okay. These are guys that I think will do well next year. Will be possibly wide receiver 1s. And I don't think Devontae Parker or Devontae Adams will be. Just like it wasn't last year.
Okay, for me, Mike Evans will be my 10 then. So you guys can just move on. Whoever wants to bring up their 10, go
So
for
what
it.
I want to bring up right now is that nobody has brought up a Rams wide receiver. None of the Rams guys have gotten brought up.
Cooper Cup was
No.
a little
They
he was a
won't-
little
they-
fluky last year.
They won't be top 10.
Was he? Okay.
He was he
Nobody's
was
riding up
really good
Tyler
in the
Lockett.
first half of the season, not very good at the end, second half of the
No
season.
Tyler Lockett, who's gotten brought up yet.
Nope. I don't think he'll be a top 10 guy. Nor do I think he has the potential to be a top 10 guy.
I mean, I think we all are on the same boat with Julian Edelman. With Tom Brady not there, it's so much of a crapshoot. It's really hard to rely on him. And you brought up DJ Moore. What about DJ Chark? No one wants to bring up DJ Chark?
No.
You stepped on me, Brad.
No, I'm getting this is a segue. Eric, who do you have at number 10?
DJ Shark.
Okay. Look at that. You messed the segue up.
Sorry. Yes, I did. Yeah. No, I like DJ Shark at 10. Now, Josh, DJ Moore, I agree with you. Kenny G, I agree with you. I think those are all guys that could finish at 10, 11, 12. They can all be number ones. Jarvis Landry's never finished outside the top 15. But Shark showed us something last year. He had different quarterbacks. I think he'll be, again, in the same offense. He'll be, right? Jacksonville's not changing anybody up too big? Or did they lose their coach?
Well, they kept their head coach but fired every other coach.
So the philosophy will be probably close to the same then. But Gardner, Shark, I think they're a good combination for a few years to come. So I like DJ Shark.
Okay. Josh, who do you have at number 10?
I just said I had Mike Evans.
Mike Evans, number 10. Okay, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to say Cooper Kupp here just because I still want to say one of these Rams wide receivers is going to be there. Sean McVay is an offensive-minded guy. He's still going to try to get his offense humming. And I think Cooper Kupp is what makes that hum. If he's healthy, Cooper Kupp out there. He didn't have 100 receptions last year, but I think he should have had probably 100 receptions. And with no Brandin Cooks, even though Brandin Cooks didn't do anything, he was drawing targets. He had 10 touchdown receptions, which is really nice. A 70% catch rate, which I'll take all day because if you want to know, that was second. Well, I wasn't second. What the heck? That's wrong. Catch percentage. It's all jacked up. But that was second to Michael Thomas according to Sleeper right now, even though I can see one higher than it right below it. But
interesting.
So I like Cooper Kupp at number 10, who I'm not a huge fan of, but you got to give the guy some kudos here, and I just want to give some kudos to the Rams offense. Mm-hmm. No Todd Gurley, no Brandin Cooks, Cooper Kupp out there. Draw a place one. Is there any honorable mention guys you want to bring up? Any guys that you want to talk about that maybe aren't in the top 10, but maybe they could have that DJ Moore-like jump or Kenny Golladay jumps, these guys that kind of jumped out? I have one in mind, but I think Josh is going to take it. Go ahead and hit it.
No, I have one of mine too. It's Juju Smith-Schuster.
Okay.
I feel like he could have a nice resurgence with Ben coming back. Same offense, like you said, consistency and everything like that. So I feel like Juju is a guy to keep your eye on.
Mine was actually going to be Courtland Sutton. I think with a consistent quarterback play, the same quarterback all year, not Joe Flacco, Melvin Gordon there being the workhorse running back, whatever that means for Elway. I don't know how to trust Elway and what he says. I could see Courtland Sutton maybe not being a top 10, but being a guy that we're not scared to start every week. And once you get out of the big name wide receivers, that's pretty much what you're looking for. So please don't ruin my day.
Right.
Eric, who do you got?
Yeah, we talked about everybody else. I'll go with A.J. Brown. He showed some flashes last year. He's going to have Tannehill again. He should have a pretty steady running game. I know I'm personally worried about Henry's workload last year, but they're going to run the ball. He should get some easy throws. So I think A.J. Brown could jump up into the top 15, 16 territory.
Let's look at let's talk about that real quick. The second-year wide receivers. We got A.J. Brown, we got Marquise Brown, and we got Terry McLaurin. They were probably the best three rookie wide receivers last year. Pretty easy to say that, right?
Yeah.
Anybody else I'm missing there? A.J. Brown probably is going to be the most hyped one, but what about those other two dudes? Terry McLaurin came on the season strong. I know we're not huge fans of Dwayne Haskins
finished in the
getting
top
the ball.
30, so he did.
Dwayne Haskins can't get worse. He can't get worse. And that team is still bad. That defense is going to be bad.
Yeah, they're going to have to throw.
How many number one receivers has Ron Rivera produced as a head coach?
Steve Smith.
Yep. One.
Darius Slayton, second year, right?
Nope.
Darius Slayton is going in his second year.
Oh yeah, it's his second year from.
I like
from
Slayton. I like Slayton too in that group.
Yeah, that's another guy
Yeah.
just to bring up.
So, but yeah, no, those guys should be good. I think McLaurin is going to get a ton of volume because there's really nobody else there other than Adrian Peterson. But Haskins is so inaccurate. If they don't get somebody, well, they brought in Kyle Allen. We'll see what he does with him. But yeah, he should get plenty of volume.
You brought up DJ Moore. You're not worried about Robbie Anderson stealing any of DJ Moore's thunder? Okay.
No. I think that's a legitimate concern, but it's not something I'm concerned about.
Yeah, I think it's fair.
Teddy B checking down to Christian McCaffrey.
Mm-hmm. Teddy B checking down.
CMC is going to get his again this year, no doubt about it.
Yeah, boy.
As long as he stays healthy.
And watch out for good old Anthony Miller down in Chicago. No Taylor Gabriel.
Oh, yeah, good call.
He looked pretty good last year, too. If Nick Foles is there slinging it out to these wide receivers, another guy.
If he doesn't break his collarbone, too.
Life happens, man.
Any other honorable mentions we want to talk about?
Brandin Cooks?
No.
I mean, he finishes wide receiver 62. He's going to be better than that, right?
Wide receiver 62. Nice.
He will be. He has to be if he's healthy.
What about Philip Dorsett? He was wide receiver 69 last year.
No, I think we're done.
Okay.
Do we think Adam Thielen bounces back?
What about Stephon Diggs, though, in Buffalo?
Don't love
it. What about him?
Wide receiver 2?
No. Yeah, probably.
Low end, too.
Top 24 wide receiver?
Yeah, low end, too.
Probably.
If you look at yards per target, he was one of the highest last year.
Yeah, it's fine. Why don't you make up with him?
He just felt so inconsistent last year. It's
because he was. It's because he was.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins.
Year.
His quarterback is Mr. Inconsistent.
Josh Allen is not a consistent presence at quarterback.
Yeah, come on, son.
Other than I'm going to run, I'm going to pull it down.
He'll sling it deep.
He will.
That's
sling.
And that's John Brown
deep, or he'll pull it down and run. Yeah. Josh is right. Smoke's going to get that.
Bingo.
Smoke. If I could dig a hole or smoke a cigarette, I'm digging a hole.
Or Cole Beasley.
There we go.
The Beasles. He's going to take all those underneath stuff. Josh Allen can throw it deep. He can throw it short, or he can run. He doesn't really work in that middle of the field area. Well, he throws picks in that area. So.
Josh, send us home. We're rambling and bambling.
I'm over this. Let's move. Thanks for tuning in to Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast. You can head us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at EmptyWagonFF. I have my own Twitter at FFJoshHughes. Eric is at Guns of L19. That's also his gamer tag if you guys want to play him. And then Brad, he is going to be at Tack Jones on Twitter. We only have Twitter. We don't have
that's my gamer tag too, if you guys care. But
there you go. Anything. Well, see, there you go. I don't play that online. So anyway, have a good week. We will see you next time.
We won't see you. You'll hear from us.
Devontae Adams can suck it. Bye.
That was unnecessary shot at Devontae Adams.